You are watching Area DMG.
Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Wesley the Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to take a look at, or rather unbox, not this, but I want to explain this before I get into what I'm unboxing today. This is the Fighter Stick SN from ASCIIware for the Super Nintendo. I've had this since like 94, 95. I put little stickers on the buttons so they would match up with the Super Famicom buttons, and yeah, I've had this arcade stick for my Super Nintendo for over 20 years and it still works perfectly. What's cool about it is that, actually, this is one of those where if it broke, it probably would be a pain in the butt to replace some of the stuff that's in it. But this works out fine. It just works fine. I'm hoping that, when the Hyperkin Super Nintendo to Wii U adapter comes out, I'll be able to use this again on my Super NES Classic. Because when I got this particular arcade stick, this is all I used. I mean, my Super Nintendo controllers are in immaculate condition because I use this instead of those. This and the Super Nintendo Pad Commander from Capcom, or Pad Soldier from Capcom. Between those two particular joysticks and controllers, I never touched the Super Nintendo controllers for a long time. In fact, I got through Final Fantasy 4 and 6 with this, or rather 2 and 3 with this. This is what I played Earthbound on. This is what I would play stuff on the Super Game Boy with. This is my Super Nintendo arcade stick. Super Nintendo was one of my favorite Nintendo systems. Much more than the N64, way more than the GameCube and the Wii and the Wii U. But not only was it like my favorite home console of theirs, it's because, to be perfectly honest, the Super Nintendo had all the games I wanted, and that Super Nintendo Classic coming up has practically all the games I want to have on it, except I wish it had Donkey Kong Country 2 and Chrono Trigger. But yeah, seriously, this is the system, this is the stick that I used for that. So that brings me to today, in which I'm going to be unboxing this. This is the Real Arcade Pro 5 HAYABUSA wired controller from Hori for the Nintendo Switch. This is the side of the box. You can't, see, look, beautiful. Here's what you get inside this. It has a 17-inch or 430 millimeter cord. Oh, sorry, no, this is 17 inches. Wait, how long is the cable? Okay, the cable is 9.8 feet or 3 meters. It's 4.8 pounds, 2.2 kilograms. The height is 4.9 inches or 114 millimeters, including the stick lever. The depth is 9.5 inches, 240 millimeters. The length is 17 inches, 430 millimeters. This will work on your PC and it'll work on the Nintendo Switch. It'll work on PC for Windows 10, 8.1, 8, and 7. You just have to have a USB port. You can use it when you're on the Nintendo Switch, when it is docked, or when it's in tabletop mode via a USB-C to USB 3.0 adapter. And of course this comes with the controller and an instruction manual. This is not wireless. It's got a ton of stuff going for it, and we'll get into it. Before we get into it, I am going to mention that if you go to places like Focus Attack, you can get our actual arcade parts. Like here is a bat top adapter for the joystick, because I'm not a ball top person, even though my old one did. Bat top stuff works a little bit better. It's closer to the arcade for me. And you can replace all of the buttons with Sanwa pop-in buttons or Sanwa screw-in buttons. And these take the 30 millimeter, and this one over here is a 24 millimeter. So yeah, let's go ahead and open this puppy up. Okay, we have a little bit. We want to be careful with this case that it's in, because you can also use this as a carrying case. There are places that sell carrying cases specifically for these types of joysticks, but yeah, those are kind of pricey. But yeah, here we go. We've got this. Moving these flaps back a little bit. Here is the inside of this, and let's go ahead and pull through. There's those nice things, and let's go ahead and we'll take this out. Say bag. It says caution. Bag can be dangerous. Avoid suffocation of babies and pets. And oh my goodness. Here's the instruction manual. A little warning. Make sure that your Nintendo Switch is updated with the latest system software. A little read on the buttons. Here's this. Ooh, that is so weird. It just look at that. If you can hear that, that's micro switched. Kind of a low profile. Oh, this is the one that's at 24, and all these are 30s. And you can get them in different colors and in different, like, you can get silent ones too if that's what you like. Here's this back switch over here, which has the really long USB cable for it. Let's see, let's take a look over there. Here is the front of this, nice and shiny. There's a little handle here to hold it. Here's the bottom part, and over here you have little dip switches here. This is for D-pad, left stick, right stick, A on, A off. I forgot what that is for. I'll have to read the thing. And if you want it on the Nintendo Switch or if you want it on the PC. And then this one is for turbo off, turbo on, turbo button, minus button, home button, left stick button, right stick button, and then the snapshot button right here. Over here, we have B, A, X, Y, R, L, Z, R, and ZL. And then the plus button, which is your pause. Oh, A is assign mode. Assign mode, you can... I'm not really going to mess with that too much. That's for changing these around. And I'm like, nah, I think they're good right here. Because seriously, this is for... Well, unless it's something that requires a left stick, I'm pretty much going to use this. I mean, I like HD Rumble and all, but HD Rumble over an arcade feel? Yeah, that's there's no contest there. But yes, this is the RIP, or Real Arcade Pro 5 Hayabusa for the Nintendo Switch. This cover up here, this plexiglass cover, you can buy replacements for those. I think Focus Attack and a couple other places have those. And of course, like I said, it'll take Sanwa buttons, Sanwa Densha buttons or whatever. And yeah, you buy a good arcade stick and it will last you a long time. My previous arcade stick has lasted me over 20 years. And I didn't buy one for the Wii, or the Wii U, or the GameCube, or the N64. I bought one for the Super Nintendo, and I bought one for the Switch. Which pretty much, to me, is kind of the second coming of so much goodness from so long ago. I mean, this is gorgeous. Look at that sheen. It's got a nice matte feel. These buttons are matte. They're not shiny. I do wish they were concave, but that's because I like concave buttons. I wish I could get some good concave buttons for it. But yes, this right here, perfect. Yep. Of course, if you're going to do this, you need to hold it like this. Feel those little switches in there? Yes. Now, like I said, it's actually easy to open this up. There's actually a couple buttons over here, and when you take one of those off, they're like, ah! But yeah, once you get to the inside of it, you can easily mod this thing. You can add in, you can change out the buttons, you can change out the stick if you want a different joystick. You can change the gates on it, because I think this has a square gate, but you can change it to an octagonal gate. And yeah, I think you can actually modify this to make the base even larger, so you can fit actual switches in there. So if you're one of those people who's into really extreme modding and for some bizarre reason you want to add cherry switches to your arcade stick, that is something that you can do. And the parts for these are pretty inexpensive. This ball top thing here, these buttons cost maybe about $2 to $3 before shipping and handling to get them, and they come in all sorts of different colors. I was thinking of getting the Super NES colors for this side, and then something else for these two, and then replacing this one with maybe, I'm trying to decide whether I just want to leave these buttons the same, which, I mean, they're pretty good buttons, or if I want to go silent, or if I want to go like, I don't know, they have so many different ones. I am going to probably replace this with this bat top, mainly because with most arcade stuff, I'm used to bat tops in the arcade for Street Fighter and for Mortal Kombat and things like that, and most arcade games in the United States. The ball tops are more something from Japan. You can also replace this with they sell Korean buttons and the Korean joysticks that will fit in this, if that's where you get your parts from. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've ever owned an arcade stick or a fight stick for your system, and which system did you buy it for? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below your opinions of these types of buttons. Is Sanwa amazing? Are you a person who wishes there was like a better way to get hop buttons into your system? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button and that share button if you haven't already. Also, if you hit that subscribe button, make sure that you ring that little bell so that you are notified whenever we have a brand new video here on Area DMG. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.